Hello, everybody. Both future statisticians and college kids just trying to get through a program or class. My name's Luke, and today I'm going to be giving you a small walkthrough through the program known as Jasp. For those who haven't used Jasp before, don't worry, it's not that hard. It looks a little intimidating, but once you start using it, you'll find that it is going to be a bit of a lifesaver as long as you know what to put where. So for today, we're going to be starting off pretty simple. Something, some small statistic analyses that are kind of baseline for any sort of scientific study that you're trying to do. Okay, so first off, as per usual, we're going to want to actually put in the data. For today's lesson, we're going to be using Juniata College's own Dr. Marovich's data, some bug data collected from streams, but if you're using your own, obviously you can use your own. So starting off, we're going to do some descriptive stats. So you go to descriptives right here, and let's choose some variables that we can compare. So pH, alkalinity, and conductivity. Why not? And then for the thing that we're going to be comparing it to, put in split here, water quality type. Now that we have that in, we can start setting up plots that we can help put in data for using the table that we've just made. So for this one, we'll make a scatter plot. It'll take a second to load in, so if it doesn't appear right away, don't worry, it'll just take a sec. It's a good program, but it's a bit of a drain sometimes. So above the scatter plots, we'll have a density plot. We don't really need one on the right at the moment. More often than not, you won't need one. We'll have a regression line. Make it linear. Obviously, have our 95-degree confidence interval. And can also put in some basic plots and have them display density. We give that a second to load. Here we go. So as you can see, we have some bar charts right here that show how pH is affected by the different density we have here. And then to add that in, you click this arrow right here, and there it is. You can see that we have all the different charts, pH, alkalinity, conductivity, and we have our scatter plots down there. So we can do a bit more with the descriptive stats, as there are quite a few things you can do with that. So let's go back in here. Let's choose some other ones. So EPT. Richness and percentage tolerance. And for this one, we're not going to add any split. So we go back down, add scatter plots, and give it a sec to load, and we can give it here it is, histogram instead, just create more variability, show what we can do. Have the rest line be linear, 95% confidence interval, and then add back in our basic plots. You don't have to display density, it's optional. So over here, have it display density. It more or less just adds the line. You can do it if it just makes you feel more comfortable or helps you visualize better what your charts are doing. Okay, click the arrow, add it in. Very nice. Have our data right here. It's a little less than the last one, but it's going to vary depending on what you're looking at. So go back to descriptives. So for our last descriptive stats, we're going to see what it looks like with just one variable compared to our split. So for this one, we're going to use one of the bug species or insect species. If you want me to try and pronounce them, you're out of luck because I'm a little too scared to. Then we get water quality type. If you have this data set, if you're part of a certain class or similar type data set, you can use whatever you want for this. This is just a look into it. All right, so for this one, we're going to add some box plots. Just leave the box plot element checked, and if we scroll down here, we can see our box plots and how the percentage, the amounts of this insect species vary depending on the different water quality type. Okay. So now that we've gone through descriptive stats, let's take a look into ANOVA. We're just going to go, classic ANOVA right here. All right. So how to work the ANOVA tables and program here. First, we choose our dependent variable. We're going to use the same insect species from our last descriptive statistic. So this one right here. For our fixed factors, we're going to add in our water quality type. And for our WLS weights, we can just leave that blank for the moment. So ANOVA is going to require a little more upkeep just to make sure everything's, or a bit more evaluation just to make sure everything's to our liking. So model water quality type should be in both the components and model terms. Let's see. Contrasts, we have water quality type. Post hoc test. All right, water quality type there. Standard, and the correction should be a Tukey test. All right, down here. Check our descriptive plots. So here we can make a change where water quality type should be in the horizontal axis. So we can get a bit of a yes, we have a nice chart right there, or plot right there. Let's go into, oh, and we should also display error bars, just so we have as much information as we need with our 95% confidence interval. Let's see, non-parametrics right here. The Kruskal-Wallis test water quality type should be on the right side. So here we go. We get our degrees of freedom, our statistic number, and our p-value. All right, so